Hey guys, I'm gonna talk a bit about the Flash episode called Monster. So if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna have full spoilers here. You've been warned. All right, let's jump in. There was a lot going on in this episode. There was a giant monster. Well, turned out to be a hologram. And obviously, Caitlin's transformation into Killer Frost is continuing. Caitlin, please, trust in your friends. I really do wonder why she's not talking to anyone, specifically Cisco. I feel like, come on. Cisco, he has some abilities too. Talk to him about it. But we'll see what goes on there. But I really want to focus here on Julian and HR, because this episode, we kind of got to know them a lot more. Obviously, it was really HR's first full episode. And by the end of it, I guess the question I have is, can we now trust both these guys? Does it seem like they're on the level? Right now, we have a mystery villain with Dr. Alchemy, so all eyes are already on Julian. He was a big suspect because he showed up, he had a big attitude, he didn't like metahumans, so a lot of people were leaning towards it being him. I think after this episode, we can take him out as a contender. I mean, yes, they could still do it. They could still say, no, it is him all along, but I liked what we got to know about him here. The fact that he said, no, I don't have a tragic past. My parents weren't killed by metas. I just feel like the people squandering their abilities, and that, what if you had it? There was a jealousy thing there. But by the end of the episode, he'd come to terms with the Flash. He and Barry were becoming buddies, and I think it's on the level, and I hope it's on the level. I'll get to that in a second after I talked about HR, who also, of course, you wondered, is there something shady going on here? And the show played into that. There was a meta, no pun intended, aspect to the whole idea of, is this another Harrison Wells up to something? And it turned out yes and no, because he was a fake. There was this funny idea of him being almost almost Steve Jobs-like, in the idea that he is not actually someone who's building things scientifically himself, but he's an idea man, and he knows how to kind of conceptually come up with stuff, but he can't build it. And by the end, it seemed he too is a good guy on the level. Well, wasn't on the level really with them, but not up to something criminal, is what it seems. And I do hope it sticks with this with both characters. One thing about season 2, which wasn't as strong as season 1, was they were repeating themselves a bit just by having Zoom end up being someone in their close circle, by it being the fake Jay Garrick, because Reverse Flash was the same thing. Someone we trusted, someone we worked alongside. I don't think you can do that again. And I know Dr. Alchemy, just by the fact that he's a masked character, it's got to be someone, but I hope it's not, again, someone in the lab with them, or even in the case of Julian, someone who Barry is now working alongside and becoming friends with. It has to be a little bit more outside the box. And I think after this episode, I'm pretty confident that that is the case, and that neither of them are Alchemy, even if there might be other things going on with them, remains to be seen. What do you guys think? Do you think at this point we can take away either of them as villains, or is there still a possibility that maybe something really shady is going on with one or both of these characters? And do you like where they're going with HR and with Julian? Let us know in the comments. You can read Jesse Shadeen's full review of Monster at IGN.com. And for plenty more on all things The Flash and CW and DC characters on the CW, keep it here at IGN.